The ImVibes Podcast. Good music, good libations, shitty guests.
One of the main reasons I wanted to have you on was because when I first moved to Charlotte,
I feel like this should be part of the show.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. Okay.
Right, let's start. Let's start.
I just wanted to. Okay.
Let's start. Go ahead. Say what you got to say.
No, it's all right. Go ahead. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's
Welcome to ImVibes Podcast, home of good music, good libations, and good vibes. Now here is your host, Eric Millets, and producer, Ernest Stevenson.
Opposites, yeah. I'm Eric.
Who did the intro? That's what I'm saying. Who was that voice?
Was that
Stan? Stan?
Yeah. Stan
with the intro.
Is that AI or is that?
This is how we start the podcast.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, because he still doesn't have my last name right, but that's okay.
So I was wondering.
I can't expect AI to get my
Completely
last name
professional.
Right. Yeah. Hey, this is Jamie.
Jesus Christ Almighty!
He's the owner. Oh, that's a great sign to put up there.
Come on, Stints!
Hey, not in front of ImVibes.
Listen, I didn't want to do this, but when they get knocked down and you lose all your championships because you cheated, how are you going to feel then? And it's very fitting that a City fan has a Packers shirt on.
Oh,
I mean, how awesome is that? Only thing better would be if he was a friggin' Cowboys fan.
Hey,
Jesus Christ!
you know what? Don't be jealous.
Listen, I'm just saying.
all those
I'm just saying.
all these
Listen,
champions-
I know.
It just
I
got
know.
real in here, man.
You can sip it.
Hang on. Let me call my buddy at the health department.
Wait. Go ahead, because you know what? We don't
me call
serve food.
Yeah, believe me, we know.
Yeah, exactly.
Believe me. Thank God.
Yeah, that's right.
No, I'm kidding. It's good. But no, seriously, I do really feel bad because you guys are going to lose all the championships over the last 10 years.
And here's the thing.
Can you even hear him? We started the show, you know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here's the thing.
It'll pick up.
Listen, for everybody at home, we're talking about the greatest sport in the world, Premier League soccer.
Football. Soccer.
We're in the colonies now, pal.
Well, if you're still going to call it the colonies and call it football.
Whatever. So he's talking about. I grew up.
Soccer came from England.
I was born in Liverpool. I've been to matches. I am a fan. I got the accent kicked out of me as a kid. Speaking of getting kicked out,
You're a Scouser?
A lot of people, legit, like for real.
That's where my mom came from.
What happened to you?
I was a Liverpool supporter as a kid.
So why this?
Because you know what? In 1989,
Why Shifty City?
1989, the greatest band,
Right.
the Stone Roses.
Can you move that?
So the Stone Roses in '89, and all my other favorite bands came out of Manchester.
Right.
So I said I need to support a man.
He's
He
sanitizing his hands
after touching it. Jesus Christ.
So it was the music thing. The
it
thing
was the
you know is
music.
that they came out of Manchester. None of those bands stayed in Manchester. They got out.
Yeah. Oh no. I mean, they're still around.
I get it.
They're
So
still around.
is that really why? Because I do ask
Seriously.
people.
Seriously.
Because for a long time in Charlotte, I used to listen to the games on the shortwave. I felt like I was the only football fan here. But I always ask people, I go up to hooligans and everything, and I would always ask people, why are you a United fan? It was always Beckham, which I got. I understood.
Sure,
Wasn't a big fan.
sure.
I got it, whatever. City's interesting
Yeah.
because, I mean, there's so much fraud. But at the same time, fraud at City, and then you've got the hair gel at Chelsea and the plastic flags. So it's weird the way the awfulness almost evens itself out. And then here's the crazy thing: there's actually Everton fans in Charlotte, and I felt so bad for them because I was
hate
like,
the Toffees.
take $1
I
or
absolutely
something.
hate the
Just
And
go.
Tottenham.
Well, I mean, I have no issue with Tottenham. They're fine, but. City.
You would if you met my neighbors.
That says a lot. But here's the why would anybody in Charlotte, North Carolina, be a friggin' Everton fan?
I no clue.
Why?
No clue. Why?
Why?
No, there's no.
I mean, at least I don't approve at all, but at least you got something. And you have a reason.
Well, here's the thing. Because it was in '89, Stone Roses came out. Before that, I was a Smiths fan.
Okay.
Like hardcore Smiths fan. New Order, Joy Division.
Yeah.
Buzzcocks, I'm like, all the bands
Madness.
I love are from Manchester.
I've heard about you.
Yeah, I'm that guy.
I've heard about you.
So all those bands, were from Manchester, and I'm like, what am I doing not supporting a Manchester team? And I was not going to pull for United. Fuck United. So So I
How big of a Smiths fan are you? Let me see your wrists.
This one's much bigger than the
Jesus Christ.
Well, no, it's just usually there's. We shouldn't joke about that.
Hey.
We shouldn't joke about that.
I did see yesterday.
He's talking about
I
this
saw. So how long have you been in Charlotte?
Going to
How
get
long
back together.
Since
They're not. How long?
2006.
Okay, I saw Morrissey at Evans Auditorium down the road.
Okay.
The one time he played here.
The one time, yeah.
The one time. So I'll give you that.
I just saw Johnny Marr not long ago. I love Johnny.
No,
Johnny's
Johnny's doing great. He's doing amazing.
Yeah,
and he's a good person.
He's a great person.
He's a good person.
Fuck Morrissey. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
no, it's tough because
I
heard an interview with Johnny Marr, and he said, "Listen, those are my songs too."
Yes, exactly.
I was a part of those, so
Yeah.
you can still listen to the Smith stuff and acknowledge him. And so that's kind of my thing. But yeah, dude, I'm right there with you with the Smiths. Although I'm more of an Echo and the Bunnymen fan these days.
I love Echo and Bunnymen.
So
right?
that's good.
It's just saw them at Crew World. She
made me stump.
It wasn't the best show, but I know. So anyway,
You're
Wilson,
okay.
I'm going to step back. Yeah, here I will.
Please move that out of the way. The mirror over there.
Take that before he throws it in the trash or something.
He does get found guilty of violating, cheating, as you say. You know what? So be it.
Okay.
You know what? Seriously.
That's what a City fan would say. We've cheated for 10 years. And so be it. Okay, sir.
No. I'm not going to make any excuses. If they're found to be guilty, then they're guilty, and they need to. You know what? And I'm glad because you know what?
Did you hear about Jurgen Klopp joining Red Bull?
What?
Yeah, go read that.
Oh,
go. Yeah, go read that.
Oh boy.
We weren't going to do the whole tangent with the soccer
It's
thing.
okay. It's okay.
Listen, I've been on the radio, I've been on TV in Charlotte, and I've only talked about my love. It's in my DNA.
Which
Liverpool
Red Bull?
Football Club.
It's a team.
Red
Leipzig
Bull's
or
a myriad of teams. He's now the head.
so he's over.
He's the head of football for the New York Red
gotcha.
Bulls, Leipzig, Brazil.
Leipzig.
I don't know. He's like the whole.
Okay.
It's a great gig. A lot of money. Doesn't actually have to do anything. Yeah.
Ernest's son plays soccer too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Who's he play for?
Yeah, good player.
He is at Longwood University.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yep.
Okay. Anyway, I take back half of what I said.
Only half.
Okay, that's good. He's okay.
All right.
I will take it.
Okay.
Anyways,
I thought he was going to come in the middle. We've started here. We're like 5 minutes in,
okay.
and people are like, "What the hell are they talking about?" And who is that guy? We didn't even do the intro.
It's okay.
Should we start over?
We're doing it now. No. This is part of the podcast. That's all right. Welcome to ImVibes Podcast.
Welcome to Tommy's Pub. That's what happens.
Welcome to Tommy's
in
Pub.
Charlotte, North Carolina. How are the Reds going to do this weekend? Oh, I don't know. Bloody United out there again, you know. Did you hear about Jurgen Klopp? Yeah, I did. What are you going to do? You know what they call it in the colonies? They call it soccer.
I call it soccer.
Well, we're in the colonies. That's okay.
You guys are not going to like what I'm about to say.
We were going to do this at the end. Go ahead.
Fuck it. I'm
No,
not
go
going
ahead.
to
Say it. Say it.
I don't watch soccer.
It's fine.
Yeah.
No, it's totally fine. That's okay.
Until
I am
last year, nobody watched the Lions. Huh?
No, I am amazed.
Oh,
Can I tell you something?
Man, that was rough.
I'm amazed.
That was rough.
Another volley.
I am amazed that I can watch a real soccer match, football match, live on TV here in this country still. Like, it still blows my mind
yeah.
because I listened on the shortwave radio for years.
Yeah.
You ever listen to anything on shortwave radio?
No.
Yes.
It is kind of like listening to AM radio through the drive-thru at McDonald's in 1989. Oh, this was an unbelievable goal! Here we go! Wow, that was amazing!
No, I have not.
Don't.
No,
Okay,
no.
You don't have to because it's on TV now.
Yeah.
That's fine.
And we also have a
big time.
professional soccer team here in town. So,
That's debatable.
hey, they
not go there.
have a bigger audience.
So you're an NFL fan.
They have a bigger audience than the Panthers do. So,
Well, I wonder why.
Panthers are fucking embarrassing, dude.
At least.
So, anyways, welcome to ImVibes Podcast. This is episode
Hello, I'm
13, I
Larry
think.
Sprinkle.
Larry Sprinkle. Hold on, stop it. All right, hold on.
Moving along.
Anyways, I think this is episode 13.
What is the name of this again?
ImVibes.
ImVibes.
14.
ImVibes.
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 ImVibes. I just want to make sure people know.
Yeah. ImVibes.
ImVibes. You say it a couple times, and it's in people's heads, and they know. Oh, I like that ImVibes.
It's right behind you.
Yeah.
Yeah, right there. ImVibes. It's what you're currently listening to. Not in.
No,
ImVibes. ImVibes.
ImVibes. I put a B in there. That's all right.
Well, listen, if you say anything like 4 or 5 times in a row, it sounds weird.
Roid.
Yeah.
Roid. Exactly. Oh my God, I'm stoned. The nitro broke loose. Sorry. That's black sheep stuff. Anyways, if you don't know, now you know. We have a very special guest today, Wilson. Wilson! Every time I see him out and about, and my wife's with me, she goes, "Don't do it. Don't do it." I'm like, I can't not do it.
You're that guy.
I am.
You're that guy. You're that guy. And the Wilson thing started by accident. When I started at 106.5, because when for everybody home, that was the initial thing. They were like, "Hey, we want to talk about the 90s." And 106.5. So there's a radio station that started, and I'd done some radio stuff before, but I'd never been like the guy. I'd always kind of been behind the scenes. I'd done like the weather and the temperature and stuff like that. You got to have a radio name. You got to have something. So I was going through all this kind of stuff. I was going to be on in like 2 days at 6 o'clock on a Sunday morning. Like nobody's listening. The station had just gone on the air. Yeah. And so I went through all this stuff, and there were already like 3 Johns working there. And so I just dropped the John and just went by, it's Wilson. And it worked. And this is before the TV show with the guy behind the fence. This is before the volleyball movie. Yeah. So I'm Wilson. And that's just kind of how it started. I just dropped it. I spent a couple years serving in military school. It was great. So the last name thing just kind of fit for me. I was already kind of used to it. So that's where the Wilson thing. And then the volleyball thing happened. And then all the Dennis the Menace stuff. And the reason people yelled at me was when I started, I had a friend at Channel 3, and there was this Pepsi commercial. And there was the butler. Mm-hmm. And the guy goes, "Wilson!" And so I got that audio.
Yeah.
And hey, it's New Rock 106.5 the end, and I'm Wilson! The original, I would come on after that and go, and I suck. Because I did. When I started, so my very first shift at 106.5, it was the first studios was the Magic Corner, which is the corner of Kings and Moorhead, the old Magic 96 building. I don't know how long you guys have been here.
Oh, yeah.
That's long gone now. Here.
Okay. 96.
So I roll in my very first time. I went in, they just started. I was doing promotions at Blockbuster Amphitheater at the time.
Yep.
I brought a tape in of me doing the weather on WBT, News Talk 1110. AccuWeather forecast, 58 degrees with southwesterly wind, in like 30 seconds. The guy listened to it. Yeah, okay, yeah, you can talk. Sunday, 6 a.m., be here. So I roll in, 6 a.m., there's nobody there. There was a huge reel-to-reel going of the Billy Graham Power Hour. On 106.5.
What?
Yes. Dude, they had just, they were a beach station. I think they were a beach station or something.
Were they? Okay. Yeah.
And then it switched over, and whatever, dude, it counted as the public access community, whatever. It's the Billy Graham Power Hour. So the tape was winding down, and I had never actually played music, a whole song on the radio ever in my life. So I come in, and I'm like, I'm used to commercials and guys doing talk shows and a music bumper here. So I get fade and stuff. I come in, the Billy Graham show ends, and I'm like, song, and song. And then sweeper sound. I know to do the sweeper sound. New Rock 106. And, that's when it was New Rock Alternative.
Right, yeah.
And then that clicked. And then I got a call saying, "Hey, man, it's been half an hour. You should probably say something." So I did. And that was just, so I was not good at all because I'd never done it before, but I was on. And sometimes being on.
What year was this?
Early 90s. No, it would have been 95. It would have been like summer 95. So I think they went on 95 because I was still working at the amphitheater and still working at BT Radio producing shows. Okay. I asked them, "Hey, can I do this on the weekends?" "Hell yeah, I don't care. Nobody's listening to the station anyway." Mm-hmm. So I did that, and I did Sundays for a while, and I was just not good. I would come on, and literally I would go, "Hey, my name's Wilson, and I suck." And apparently some people, I did, and they found it endearing, and people would call up and be like, "Yeah, man, Wilson, you suck." And I'm like, "Thanks a lot."
It's like a wrestling rib, That's how they start. Yeah, that's how they. I suck. Yeah.
So it'd be like, "Hey, man, I want to hear 7 Mary 3 Cumbersome." And by the way, Wilson, you suck.
Yeah.
And so I'd play the call. All right, here you go. Here's your 7. So it turned into a thing. And then somebody called in sick one night on a Saturday, and I got a call, and they said, "Hey, can you do Saturday night?" And I was like, "Yes, I can."
Yeah, absolutely.
And I went in and said, "I'm just going to go have fun." Because I got, I already got a job. I got another job, and I'm just literally having fun. Let's just go and see what we can do. And I went in, and I think the thing that kind of first clicked, we had, we got to read the cards. This is back, boys and girls, there was a thing called radio, and there would actually be people in the studio live. Not recorded, not in Atlanta, not somewhere else. They were actually there. And we would have cards we'd have to read. And it was like the concert calendar or the, Macklemore County is going to come by and pick up your leaves. So
106.5 concert calendar.
Yeah. That was it. Brought to you by New York Carpet World. So I would come in and, they had some music beds there or whatever, but I was working down the road at the AM radio station. So I had all other kinds of music. So I brought in some tango music. So I said, all right, everybody, here we go. Yeah, my name's Wilson. I suck. We already established that. Listen, here's what we're going to do. I got to read this card. While I'm reading this card, if you will, please just grab something around you. Your pet, your dog, your broom, your goldfish, whatever. Because, ladies and gentlemen, while I read this card, I need your help. We're going to do the tango. Dun-dun-dun-dun. Da-da-da. Hey, coming up at the Tremont Music Hall, we've got Real Big Fish and da-da-da, turn, da-da-da. So that's how I did it that Saturday night. And it worked. People were like, oh my God, this guy. So I got the Saturday night shift a couple weeks later. So I'm doing Saturday nights at the end, working at the radio. So I'm up and down Moorhead Street from one Julian Price place during the week.
What DJ called in sick? Because he's probably like, fuck.
No, he's still there. He's still there. I think it's Rozak. I think it was Rozak.
Oh, was it? Okay.
I think it was Rozak.
He got moved to Sunday.
Yeah. No.
6 a.m.
No, I don't think he did weekends anymore.
Sunday was the...
he was on during the week.
Local guy.
Yeah, he was.
Devikar.
Yeah.
Can I just also, I just want to say, Devikar was one of the nicest people. I don't know where he is now.
Yeah.
I heard he's still around. He was one of the nicest people to me. And he was extremely cool looking back on that. He didn't have to be. He was very cool. Him, Daniel Blue was a good guy. Rozak's a good dude.
Yeah.
Everybody else, not so nice. So I was doing that Saturday nights, and then Dave Matthews just broke. So this would be fall, summer. Anyway, so Dave Matthews just hit. It was right before Christmas. His first, I think, the old Charlotte Coliseum on Tyvola.
Oh, yeah.
That is now long gone. He played that. It was his first big show. It was kind of a late booking because he was going home to Charlottesville or whatever. So it was like, hey, Dave Matthews is playing in 2 weeks. Let's sell some tickets. So he did that. Yeah. So I'm live in the parking lot. And I hadn't done a lot of the live broadcasts before.
With like the tent in...
Yeah, we had the tents, we had the truck, and we're actually live using the microwave tower. Like, we were live. It wasn't now they do it where they recorded it 4 days ago, and we're live at Scott Clark Toyota. Yeah. And it's not there. We were live, and the reason you could tell we were live is because I had all of these kids around me going to the Dave Matthews concert, and I went on and said, hey, whoever brings me a Jolt Cola, I'll say your name on the radio. And all these freaking kids come, hey, man, I got your Joe Cola, Wilson, you suck. I just thought it was funny because I needed some caffeine or something. And, there's limited things you could ask for on the radio. So then the kids are all like, hey, we're live at the Dave Matthews concert. And they're like, Wilson, you suck. Wilson, you suck. Wilson, you suck in the background. So I'm live with Wilson, you suck. We're at the Dave Matthews concert at New Rock 106.5. The end. New Rock Alternative. We're here. It's the Dave Matthews concert, Charlotte Coliseum. Concert starts in an hour. Traffic taking kind of crazy. Wilson, you suck in the background the whole time. I thought it was great. All right.
Yeah.
So that happens. The concert starts. I go in, and we get to go and backstage and see him after. And I'd met a few people at that time. So I liked him, but I wasn't like, it wasn't like now where it's like Dave Matthews. But he was a cool guy. Sidebar, guess the first interview I ever booked. The first interview I personally booked as a producer. I will give you a hint. It was at an AM radio station. The very first person interview I booked. No, close. Close. A little bit older.
Tom Jones.
First letter's right. Tony Bennett.
Wow.
I booked Tony Bennett. That's another story. So I get backstage. It's after the concert, and they're going down the line. You guys have done state, autograph things, whatever.
Yeah.
The record guys there were doing the thing.
Yep.
And there is some girl back there who is blitzed out of her mind. And she's like, "Oh my God, Dave!" I remember something about almonds. I got some almonds, whatever. So I had been working at the amphitheater as promotions manager.
Yeah.
So I kind of knew how to deal with it. I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is amazing." Dave is right over here. So I'm taking her out down the hallway. And I was like, "Hey, could you help her find her way out?" In kind of a non-whatever. So the record guy's saying, whatever. So he comes down the line. And I can't remember everybody who was in there. And one of the record guy goes, "Oh, this is Wilson from the radio. All the radio people are on the line." "Oh, hi, whatever." Dave Matthews looks at me and goes, "You're Wilson. You suck."
Oh, man. See, I'm so, you just said that. I didn't like Dave Matthews a bit, but.
He's extremely cool. He's extremely cool. So he says, "You suck." And I still have the ticket from that concert. And it's signed, "Wilson, you suck, Dave Matthews."
Wow, that's awesome.
So long story short, I guess some people realized, that Wilson kid, I was barely 23. They said, "Listen," and this is right for Christmas. They said, "Listen, what would you think about doing the morning show? We don't want you to quit your other job at the radio station because you suck. It may not work."
Yeah.
So Super Bowl Monday, so January or whatever, of 96, I guess.
The day everyone calls in sick to work.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That was, probably on purpose. So that was the day that the morning alternative officially started at 106.5.
Okay.
I think it was 96. I think it was. I'm pretty sure.
Was it just you by yourself?
No, there was Kenny in there. So Kenny had been in there. Kenny was like the first voice guy. There was like the big voice guy, the voice of God, and then Kenny did the local stuff.
Okay.
So it's Kenny and Wilson, the morning alternative, New Rock 106.5 the end.
Okay.
And that's how it started.
I mean, and that's one of the reasons I wanted to have you on the podcast. I moved down here 96 and 106.5 was like the only station down here that I really liked.
Yeah.
I didn't have access to, everything we have now. So the only way to find out about shows and shit like that was to listen to.
You had Creative Loafing
106.5,
and you had the radio. That was it.
I would read Loafing every day at lunch.
That middle page, the concert calendar. Yep, that whole thing.
Tremont, I'd go in there. Oh man, dude. The podcasters are coming. Oh great, yeah. Oh yeah. I'll never forget, and you probably don't remember this. It was at a Winnie roast. Possum Dixon was about to go on stage on this side stage. I dyed what hair I had pink. And Wilson walks up behind me and goes, "What did you do to your head?"
Well, so that would have been 97?
97, I think, yeah.
Okay, because I think somebody, Daniel Costin, who does, if you don't know him, you should have him on too sometime. Yeah. He is an amazing concert photographer. He has a picture of me at one of the Weenie roasts where I did my hair rainbow, and it looked freaking awful. Yeah. It's terrible. Yeah. He had it up on the wall. Looked awful. I was like, take it down.
Mine looked terrible, yeah.
So I have no room. I had no room then to talk, and definitely don't now. So, but yeah, okay. That's interesting. You know what? I remember that.
Do you?
No, I do not.
No, you don't.
No, of course not.
I think so.
I don't remember anything from the side stage.
No. You know what though? That side stage was better than the main stage most of the time.
I will tell you that some of them they were, because there were a couple of bands that played the side stage that ended up playing the main stage not too long later. The 96, 98, 99. Well, 96, 98 were I'm sorry. The first Weenie roast was amazing. The second one was great. The third one was the best. Faith No More was amazing.
But everyone left.
Right. I know, but they were amazing.
Yes.
My favorite, Space Hog at the Weenie Roast. Yep. Seven Mary 3.
Yes.
Seven Mary 3 is kind of the song that always will take me back to 106.5.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge fan, but I love the song. Like, I don't know. It's one of those things where I don't seek it out, but when it comes on, I'm like, I love that song because it takes me right back.
At the time, Seven Mary 3 was a great band.
I mean, they still are. I don't want to go.
I mean, that whole genre kind of got outplayed for a while, and it sucks now. Not to knock 106.5 at all, but every time I turn on 106.5, I hear damn Dishwalla Blue Cars, and I'm like, If I hear this, I swear to God.
So I went in there thinking,
yeah,
I got the morning show. Holy crap, man. I'm going to be playing the Ramones. I'm going to be playing the Sex Pistols.
No way.
And then I learned a lesson of music sampling and how there are people in Gaston County who had never heard of U2. And this is after Joshua Tree. This is after Octung Baby. That's
another
94, 95, 96 or something where they people just didn't know. So, the thing about
somehow I'm not surprised.
Yeah. When the end hit, the billboards that went up, that was the thing that really lit people up because they had that one billboard on Independence Boulevard down the road here that said, I might like you better if we slept together. The lyrics from the song.
Yeah.
Which, oh my God, got all the pearls clutched. Yeah. So we played some of that stuff that was kind of close to the punky, whatever. Yeah. There were a couple times I was able to get the Ramones in there.
Sith pop kind of, yeah.
I'm trying to remember. There might have been. I think "Train in Vain" might have been on the playlist.
Wasn't there like a 80s Saturday night or 80s
the
Friday
Resurrection Sunday?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
When they changed that up with the Wiz, Resurrections, it was a great show. Yeah, that was really good. And then the local 90 minutes on Sunday nights. And then, so the morning show, it got crazy over there because we were, just a very kind of small, 106.5 was a very small station, big signal. Yeah. South Charlotte was a trouble for us because, you couldn't pick it up great.
Right.
And that was a big area that we needed to hit. But, 106.5 was and kind of is still a relatively small signal for the Charlotte Metro. We don't reach the entire... and you're not blasting 106.5 in Fort Mill.
Oh, really?
No.
Okay.
I haven't checked recently, but you're not.
They got 93 point.
They got the Planet.
The Planet.
Planet's kind of iffy a little bit. Yeah.
That's a station.
Signal-wise.
But that's a station I've heard Misfits on. I've heard Pantera on, which I'm not a fan of them, but I'm just saying.
Yeah,
I've heard stuff on the Planet that would never ever get played.
You can get away with some stuff on the sticks that you can't get away from in the city.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So that was kind of the very very brief kind of start of 106.5. So you get another one.
Yes.
I'm still nursing this. I'm only going to do the one here.
No, you're not.
One with the Guinness. I didn't want to buy any beer here because it's a Manchester City
Come
place.
Come on, man. It's Tommy's Pub. Hey,
it's really tough to mess up a Guinness.
I know you probably haven't gone to shows in a while. I think the last show I saw you at was the English Beat at the Neighborhood Theater, and that was a while ago.
It was not me.
Yes, it was.
Was I there?
The English Beat. You were there.
What year?
Ooh.
I really don't think I was.
Well, I will say 2010.
Okay, I don't remember. I may have been there. I'm actually. Oh, you know what? Oh my God! Yes, I was there.
Yes,
because I introed them.
I know you were there. Yeah,
I introed them. I was like, "Ladies and gentlemen, the English Beat."
Yes.
Yes, I did. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Can I tell you something?
Go ahead.
I need to write down all of these things before I forget any more than I've forgotten. I need to write them down. I have a box of tickets and stuff, and wristbands and backstage passes.
I need to
write. I need to figure this stuff out.
I made a list on like my Facebook notes of all the shows that I've been to, and that list continuously gets longer because it's weird now because you can't really find your notes. So I got to wait until that comes back up again in my feed, like once a year, and then update it.
Yeah. Facebook memories you're talking about where, I was there at this date. Yeah, I know what you mean.
But the trying to find your notes on there, I guess I don't really, oh man.
Okay.
I had some egg rolls for lunch and I just tasted them again.
I thought you were talking about me.
Yeah. Sorry.
I have something for you.
Wilson takes his jacket off and then you go.
No, that's what I was like. What was that? I was like, dude, I showered.
No. I didn't realize it did that. Yeah.
I have something for you. Let me just say this. I really wasn't sure about doing this because I've only ever done one podcast.
Okay.
And I felt like on that one, it was very early when Twitter was kind of still really cool.
Yeah.
So a long time ago.
X now.
Yeah. No, I don't call it that. I don't do anything. Anybody, if you're still on Twitter, get the fuck off. Because it is a vast cesspool of Nazi, idiot, hate, dumb, fake assery. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Hey, that was good.
Yeah.
But I did a podcast years ago, and it was like when podcasts were like brand new. Yeah. Oh my God, these guys! And it was the Charlotte podcast. So you guys, they're cool, but I kind of felt like I helped elevate them maybe a little bit more than I should have. Mm-hmm. So I kind of swore off podcast. The thing with doing this is I have no fear of elevating you guys. No offense.
No.
You've gotten about all you're gonna get here, fellas. So just have fun, and that's what you're doing.
We are. I mean, we're just a local podcast. I mean, we're not trying to be.
Anyway,
you can't take yourself too seriously.
No, I know. No, seriously. I did watch all of the Beastie Boys one you did.
Go ahead.
I watched a good.
You were talking shit earlier. No. You started it. You got to tell me.
I have a gift for you here. We're going to cleanse the palate and talk about what you want to talk about. I heard listen to a lot of the Jeff Clayton one. He broke my toe one time. Close. And yeah, dude. Let me tell you. If you ever have an opportunity to get out of Jeff Clayton's way on Halloween after the show at somebody's house, make sure you move out of his way as you're walking into the house, because he came bounding out the front door and I'm walking in and I didn't have my hard shells. I had my soft boots on and stepped on my toe. And then like 3 hours later, I'm like, man, my foot feels wet. And my toenail had gone through, like he stepped on my toe.
Damn.
Gone. Anyway, side story. So that's why I listen to that. But yeah, no, in all seriousness, no, I don't do this a lot. So you guys seem pretty cool. We have some mutual friends, TJ, the TJ, who's a good friend of mine. So he said you guys are cool. So in honor of that.
I've known TJ since he was like 12.
Yeah. TJ's a good dude. Stinkbug, check him out. Stinkbug and Wishbone are like my two favorite Charlotte bands right now. Yeah. More on that later. So for you, I only have like, I think maybe 9 or 10 of these left. So just because you were so nice and you were like, man, I remember that time, and I remember that time, and then you're like, you remember that time? Not to get all Chris Farley, but our Instagram going back and forth, he was like, I just want you to come on. I was like, I don't want to talk about comments. I got some weird stalker people, but he seemed genuinely, authentically cool. So I've only got a few of these left.
I am actually, yeah.
Well, you seem that way. We'll see. We're not done yet. So I thought you might enjoy one of these. There's a loose piece in there, so be careful. I thought you might enjoy that because there's only a few of those left.
This is now our staple for our table during the podcast.
I should have had my Liverpool jersey on. There should be a microphone in there somewhere. Awesome. So there you go. It's the the authentic Wilson's World.
The bobblehead. The bobblehead.
With the Johnny Fly glasses.
With the Old Knights logo, yeah. Hold on, is there one? Yes, there is.
Yeah, there you go. We need to cover up the microphone because that don't work for them anymore.
It's all right.
It's okay. So there you go. Hey, I got one for you.
Awesome.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Listen, in honor of TJ.
We won't.
I don't care. No, go ahead. It's okay. In honor of TJ, I got you one too. Because it's always nice to, and plus my wife will be happy that I got it out of the house. So, hi, honey.
Ooh, I should give away more things.
Yeah, there you go. So, yeah, there you go.
There we go.
Look at him go, ladies and gentlemen. Look at him go.
Nice.
So that was kind of the brief stuff about 106.5. It was from like 96 to late 98. It was really great.
Yes.
It was really good. Then when I started to play 2 Smash Mouth songs a shift, then I was like,
you were saying that, we were talking earlier.
Yeah, and I was like, this is not going well. Because that's when, you mentioned The Planet.
Yeah.
And that was when, because I think of The Planet and just MTV and whatever. MTV was this channel where they used to play music videos, boys and girls.
Yeah.
Kids were calling up and they wanted to hear Korn. Mm-hmm. And kids were calling up and they wanted to hear Prodigy. Mm-hmm. And that kind of stuff. And that just wasn't the playlist. And they were pretty firm on, we're not going to do that. And that's when that to in my opinion, that is when things kind of changed at the end. Mm-hmm. And I think they realized that maybe the younger audience weren't buying stuff, advertisers, all that kind of stuff. It was a small station. I knew on the morning show we beat Bob and Sherry in one ratings thing. And I was like, because we were grassroots. We were working hard. We were giving out freaking stickers. We were going out to gigs. We were doing stuff. We were out there all the freaking time. And we kind of maxed out what we could do.
All the shows that I went to, even if it was bands you guys didn't play.
Yeah.
You guys were there. I'm like,
and some of that, a lot of that wasn't me. That was me. That wasn't the station.
It was like 106.5's out here for Flogging Molly show. I'm like, I've never had a Flogging Molly song on a 106.5
We were flogging Molly and Jason. Yeah. So I was going out. Part of that was just me trying to get into the show for free, but also just because but also because I loved introing bands.
Yeah.
To me, that was part of the reason I got into it, just to kind of go out there and do that. Another thing, I think one of the reasons that I am still here, I mentioned, I started off in high school at WBT Radio. We got to go?
No.
I started off at just mental note here. If you're doing a show and somebody goes, wrap it up.
No.
So I started off.
They have a show here tonight. So on this.
Oh, what time is that?
9:00. So
we got plenty of time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it starts at 9. We got plenty of time.
So, where was I? So I started off at BT Radio, and I was there with a guy, Hello Henry, for a while. I would fill in for him. I was kind of just behind the scenes. I was a studio rat. I felt like at one point in time I was queuing up so many tapes that my fingers were going to get pads and my ears were going to get big. And I remember he said to me, "Hey, if you're ever out and somebody comes up and they recognizes you, and they recognize you and they say, hey, whatever, give them a minute." Because that little bit for you, that'll last. They will love you forever.
Yeah.
So I took that advice, and the first weenie roast, I was just on weekends. It rained out. They had, oh God, who did that song "Bright as Yellow"? The first weenie roast was kind of a bust because it was rainy. Yeah. And the band's Innocence Mission, they played that.
Okay. Yeah.
And I wasn't on stage for that one. The next one I was, because the morning show had started. And I was, a point of pride for me is I was the only one that didn't go backstage. I'd had enough of backstage. So the first weenie roast, I was up on the lawn talking to you goofball kids up there, shaking hands, doing pictures and all that kind of stuff, just going, hey, whatever, just trying to get some kind of connection with everybody. Because I knew it was a small station and we were going to have to bust our ass to kind of, so when we got better ratings than Bob and Sherry, I knew that there's our chance. This is it. Mm-hmm. And that
Bob and Sherry in the morning. Yeah.
107.9 The Link.
Yeah.
Here's the latest from Katy Perry.
And then Kenny G right afterwards. Yeah.
I think, did they play the Kenny G there? I don't know. They may have. It seems like
I'm pretty sure they did.
So
they play everything.
107.9 The Link.
Yeah.
So anyway, did that.
This has turned into a
and then 106.5 kind of just the rest of the new rock world was kind of going one way, and 106.5 kind of went.
Yeah, that's kind of when I got out of listening to radio. I got a car. That's when they brought out those tapes that you could inject in your tape player.
Oh, they didn't bring those out then, man. What was that, 90-something cassettes?
And then
the CD player?
You could hook up your
CD player.
CD player to it.
Oh, yeah.
And then, I mean, I had a piece of shit radio in my car, but I was like, if I can listen to
What was your first car?
My first car was a Plymouth Grand Fury. It was my grandpa's car.
Wow.
I put 2 Kenwood 12 inches in the trunk.
God. No wonder you can't hear.
What?
Yeah. You got that.
We had I turned that car into what was...
Hang on a second. I got this around I look like Mike Pence. Let me get this off around my neck. Go ahead. All right, go ahead.
We had...
Hang Mike Pence! Sorry.
We had turned that car
Vote,
into...
kids.
Yes.
Sorry, go ahead.
We turned that car into the War Wagon. That car got beat up so bad.
Wow.
Yeah, we took it out mud bog and it got a rod knock. Yeah. So
I had a Mazda 323 4-speed.
Oh, wow.
I was working at McDonald's at the time and totaled it on Ridge Road, which is now, I think, gone because of 485 one night because I had to be at school the next morning and I was really tired. So that was the pre-radio days when I was working at Mickey D's.
Ooh.
On Independence Boulevard, which I think is now South 21. Anyway, so 106.5 did that for a while, went really great, and then it wasn't so great. 106.5, I interviewed, one of my favorite interviews was Johnny Resnick from the Goo Goo Dolls.
Wilson here from the Morning Alternative. I got Johnny from the Goo Goo Dolls online right now. Hey, man, how's it going?
Hey, how you doing?
Man, looking forward to your show tonight later on at the Tremont Music Hall.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
Had a lot of people calling about that one. How's the tour going so far?
Man, it's been insane. It's been insane. It's like the shows are all selling out, and it's been a lot of fun. It's like it's so much fun when there's tons of people at your shows. You know?
And I know you're thinking, the Goo Goo Dolls.
No.
But the cool thing was...
It's one of those bands from that time that I kind of like...
Here's the thing.
I still like them. Yeah.
I interviewed him in the morning.
They're appropriate.
Yes. Well, I interviewed him in the morning, and they were about to play at the Tremont Music Hall. Mm.
and they had one song that hit. They were just getting going. And my mentor, who I still talk to, who was my first real radio boss, who was the person that made me believe that I could do it.
That you sucked?
No. She was actually, she actually, so funny thing is, or we could really get deep here, but you know what? I heard I heard Stern today saying some stuff about his career and how
Did you listen to the Kamala Harris?
You hesitated there. You're scared. You can say her name. It's okay. I did.
No.
I did. It was good.
Yeah,
it was good.
I have not yet. So
I did. I enjoyed it. I don't listen to Stern a lot, but I did listen to that.
I listened to him a lot before COVID, and then they all started doing their shit from home, and it got really kind of boring. And I haven't tuned back in since.
So one of my early quotes in the paper when I was at 106.5 was when WXRC 95.7. The Ride. They put Stern on, kind of a desperate move to kind of be a Charlotte player. And I remember the guy from the Reserver called and said, "Hey, what do you think about them getting Stern on?" And my quote that management hated, I said, "We're number 5 in ratings. So he's going for John Boy and Billy. He doesn't care about us." Yeah. And that was the quote they ran, and it was true. Here's the thing I like about Stern. I kind of have a Howard Stern kind of Beastie Boys thing, because when I was in 8th grade, Beastie Boys and, girls, all that stuff, I grew up with them.
Yeah.
And I find it specifically some of the social media posts with the vice president over the last, whenever you're listening to this, it was just on yesterday. Some of those people go, "Man, you changed, man. Howard back then wouldn't like you now. You sold out. I'm ending my subscription." Thing about Stern, and again, I'm not a huge Stern guy. I am really bored by people that don't grow and change.
Right.
And the Beastie Boys, to me, are a band that I became a man. Like, I became the person I am because of the Beastie Boys. I went from doing, really bad rhymes in 8th grade and in high school and all that kind of stuff and wearing the hat and all that stuff to, dude, I went and I was producing a radio show and I had Tibetan monks come in because of the Beastie Boys. I went to the Universalist Church and saw a Tibetan monk concert because of the Beastie Boys. And I feel like Stern, some of his stuff where he was that and kind of, he's talked openly about some of the mental health stuff. And he's talked openly about some of this. He's turned he's turned into a really great interviewer. Now he's somebody you have to do his show.
Yes.
And to get somebody like and just, he had 10 million people listen to that.
I mean,
so
the show is no longer about slapping.
They have their moments.
Baloney.
Right,
I mean, you still got.
They still have those things. Yeah.
Richard on there.
But I love the people who you can really tell the people who haven't kind of grown with him.
Yeah.
When you change, but damn straight I changed. I hadn't changed. Like there's we'll say this. I do
Cocktoberfest.
Yeah. I do. Thank you. I do. Sorry, I will say this. Maybe I shouldn't. I do have some people from time to time that mention some radio guys, and they're like, "Man, Wilson, they sound just like you." And they're still doing the bits from like 96 or something,
yeah.
The War of the Roses, man. We're going to send your wife some roses. All that. I'm like, God almighty. I look back on some of the stuff I did the early days on 106.5 and
go ahead.
I cringe. It sucked. It was it was good at the time.
It's all right.
It was good at the time. Yeah. Like we used to do a thing. We used to do a thing called Star Wars Theater.
Yeah. Oh.
Where I took clips from Star Wars. And you would have to guess the song lyric that I said in there. I used to do a thing called the Ugly Bride game, where we would pick someone out of the newspaper, and we were classy about it. We didn't say the names; you had to guess the name. But we did it like Battleship, where you had to. I probably shouldn't say this. I look back at that now, and I'm like, oh my God, that's terrible. But it is what it is. So anyway, we got on a little Stern tangent there.
It's all right. All right.
But yeah, we kind of did. I do hear from some people that are still kind of doing some of the old stuff. And God almighty, I thank God that I didn't get stuck in that rut. Like the situation when I left the End, I got sued when I left the End. They tried to sue me.
Really?
That's a little headline story there. That'll be in the promo. You really haven't lived. I think he's dead now, isn't he? So you got a letter from Bill Deal threatening to sue you for $25,000 when you're in a 2-room apartment in $25 grand is
a lot of what you make in a year.
Yeah.
Because we weren't, the end did not pay well at all.
At all. Radio doesn't at all.
No,
right?
well, no, it did then at the time. There's some people that were making good money in the radio. We were not, because we were the lowly little station that just had desperate kids on.
Yeah.
So, anyway. Yeah, I got sued when I left. When I told them I was leaving, I got a letter from Bill Deal that said I'd breached the contract. Had to sit out for 3 months.
So is the reason you left really because of Smash Mouth, or?
Things weren't going well. They brought in a friend of mine. So Kenny left the morning show, and it was just me. Yeah. And it was kind of just me doing my thing. I needed somebody in there, but he wasn't really kind of the end of the morning alternative. You all right over there? You good?
Yeah, I don't know what happened. Beer went flying after I drank it.
Drinking. The end of the end, honest to God, I don't know if I've ever shared this before. The end of the end was the USA Today came out with the American Movie Association or something, the 100 greatest movies of all time. Yep. And so I'm sitting there in the studio. And I'm like, oh, man, they come out with the 100 greatest movies of all time. Yep. Man, first on the list, last on the list, whatever. They got all kinds of movies on here. Kenny, what's your favorite movie, man? I don't know, man. I can't see the list. No, you don't have to be on the list. Just tell me what your favorite movie is. And he... Give me something, man.
Something.
So then it turned into a bit where I'm like, I'm not going to say another word until you tell me what your favorite movie is. We go to commercial. Yeah. He comes back. I was like, just say something. People were calling up on the hotline. Kenny, just say something. I'm like, it doesn't have to be on the list. So finally I came up with, okay, you own a movie theater. It has 3 screens. You can show any 3 movies. What's the first movie you go? Pirate Blood? What the fuck is Pirate Blood? Pirate Blood's an Errol Flynn movie. Give me something that the people listening will know. And that was kind of the end of that, because it just turned into something where, he had a great voice, but it just didn't. I've seen him twice since that all fell apart. Yeah. And I told him that I because I practiced it. I said, I'm not happy about how the way things ended, but I'm really proud of what we did together. Yeah. And I didn't really get the reply that I was hoping for to kind of end it like that. But that was a crazy time. Kenny was a little bit older than me. I was just a 23-year-old kid. So looking back now, I kind of feel bad because he's doing this thing. He's got a great voice. He's just a radio guy working a gig. Yeah. And then they're bringing this freaking kid who's like, yeah, man, let's do Star Wars Theater or whatever, and let's play the Ramones. And then he had some stuff going on. I think there was one bit where we found 28 beer cans in his car. We probably shouldn't have put that on air. Yeah. There were some other things.
Hard times.
He was one of the first to start recycling. He was picking those up off the side of the road.
Dude, can I tell you one of the worst moments at the end? We were at the Checkers back before they went to the big arena when they were still at Independence Arena. Now I know they're back, and we're out there on the ice. And the thing with that is we were splitting the fee. So we weren't even making like what the midday guy was at Town and Country Ford or whatever. We weren't. So I was like, whatever. So I would go out and do most of the talking because usually Kenny was, hey, how you doing? So we're out there on the ice. I'm like, hey, everybody, Charlotte Checkers, 106.5, then we're the morning show. Tune in. We've got tickets to the Weenie Roast coming up. Thanks a lot, everybody. And go Checkers. And we're walking off the ice. You ever done anything on ice, like out there in the front of a crowd or something? Ever been out on like a hockey rink thing?
No.
After the Zamboni? No.
I can imagine. It's falling down all the time.
I did announcing of the hockey game.
Not unless it's on skates.
Exactly. Yeah. So you shuffle. You don't step. You kind of shuffle your feet and you kind of just get off the ice and thank God. So I'm getting off the ice. All of a sudden, I hear this wham, smack, and Kenny's glasses go flying in front of me on the ice, sliding across. I glance back, and I catch his head bouncing off. And it was one of those where we're out there, and people are like, oh, no. He might be hurt. Like that first line, oh, my God, he busted. Ooh. So he's laying there on the ice, and I'm like, God almighty, man. And then he gets up. I'm okay. He walks off the ice. It was so bad. The EMT for the team comes over and is like, stay right here. Let me go get my bag. I need to check you out. I need to do the eyeball thing. Yeah. So I'm sitting there. Kenny's behind me. I'm watching the hockey. EMT guy comes over and he goes, where did he go? I'm like, shit, man, I don't know. He goes, if he falls asleep, man, he comes, blah, 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 blah. All of a sudden, down the aisle here comes Kenny, 2-fisting it. Hey, guys, yeah. And that was when I was like, God almighty. So I might have been a little bit of a so-and-so, but I was working with some challenges too.
Oh, boy.
Sunday. So anyway, that was that.
After 106.5.
Right.
The thing I know of is when you had your spot on the news, which, by the way, because my daughter really wants me to make sure you know this.
Okay.
Your Carowinds thing that you did with Dawson on the news, where the Carolinas come together and the kid in the grocery cart.
Yeah.
That's my daughter.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay. So we know. Really?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
You should have said that before. That's your kid.
Yep.
That was pretty fun. That was a fun moment for me because I do remember that day specifically. I think we were in front of the Harris Teeter maybe or something.
Yep.
And I was kind of having a bit of a down day and here's the thing with me with the TV thing. And so I left the end, went to 99.7 to Fox. That's a whole nother story. Take the punk rock kid and put him on playing Ted Nugent.
Yeah.
I got so many stories there, man. So the thing with me with that I guess I should say tonight, because I don't know if I'm ever going to do this again anywhere in Charlotte. The audience for me, especially the last couple of years, when I needed them, I hear from people and they're like, man, you made my day. You were part of my morning. You did this. I had this authentic connection with people.
Right. I mean, I didn't care for Fox News, but Wilson's World being on Fox News was always something
I heard that a lot
to look forward to.
I heard that a lot.
Right.
And it was funny when I was having a rough time, somehow, some way, and I'm not a big hippy dippy guy, the audience, the stars, and somebody would somehow, that would happen like happened with your daughter.
Yeah.
Or if you go to my Facebook page, the very first thing you'll see is this little girl walked up to me at the post office. And I almost started crying, man, because she's wearing the green jacket I used to wear with the buttons and stuff like that. So to me, that's the stuff I do miss that.
Yeah.
And that was like, I had a real authentic thing with people and I went and did things that I was into that I wanted them to be into. But even some of the stuff, I may not have been into it completely, but then I found something to kind of go, okay, this is kind of cool. So yeah, I do kind of miss that. But no, that's pretty cool, man. Because I remember that very vividly. That's cool. And she really did make my day. She made my day.
She loved it. So
she made my. So I do. If you go to Carowinds, I've heard that I'm still on there. Here's the funny thing.
Yeah, you are. Yeah.
I did so many voiceovers for Carowinds. I never charged them a thing.
Really?
Nothing. Because I first went to Carowinds when I was 14 years old.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you want me to do this? Well, I just thought it was just cool as hell to do.
Yeah.
I didn't really think about, people usually charge an arm and a leg for this.
Yeah.
And funny thing was, I guess it was during the pandemic 2-3 years ago, or I don't know. Somebody called up, or they didn't call up. They messaged me and said, hey, you're trending on TikTok. I'm like, dude, I'm not even on TikTok. Somebody posted a video, somebody posted a ride video on Intimidator where the girl's like cracking up and her boyfriend passed out. And the only thing you can hear is me in the background. For the safety of you and of others, please keep your hands and feet inside the car at all times and enjoy your ride on the Intimidator. And the dude is sitting there going, and the girl's like, ah! Please be safe and keep your hands and the guy's arms are flying around. So that was pretty cool. That's what we're talking about here with the Carowinds thing, where the Carolinas come together. That's the official announcer voice.
It is.
So that's pretty cool.
When I do weddings and things like that, that's my voice changes to the announcer voice. Yes. I have a wedding next weekend.
So I mentioned,
I don't want to do it, but
I mentioned Henry Bogan and some of those guys. Back in the old days, he showed me, because they used to do the tractor pull commercials. And this is before you could, we got the little control board over here. You can, do all kinds of things, make noises, do echo. This is before they could just hit something, do an echo. You used to have to do like a reel-to-reel loop and loop it back to get the big voice, echo. Yeah. You would cheat and he showed me, just put a glass up to the microphone. Don't do that. Yeah. But Sunday, come see Bigfoot take on Gravedigger. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. You may pay for the whole seat, but only use the edge. That was the way they used to do it. Thank you. So you should do that on here sometime.
Yeah. Hold on.
You already spilled it once.
I only have a shot glass.
Get it right up here. Right. Get your mouth right here.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, ImVibes. Two guys talking music with people you don't know.
Yes.
ImVibes.
There we go.
That'll be our new intro.
Our new intro. Eric Milets, not Millets or Millet, whatever the fuck that thing
Eric
says.
Millipede coming up next.
We have no idea what your name is.
Good morning. First time caller, last time loser.
Yeah. I've never met a person that's ever said our last name right. It's so funny because my daughters are like, Dad, everyone says our last name wrong. I'm like, yeah.
What is it again?
It's Milets.
Milets. It's not that hard.
It's not spelled.
Milets.
It's not spelled like that.
Saying it, but okay.
Yeah.
What is it spelled? Like with a Q?
No, it's Milatz. So it was like Miltaz or Millets.
So what you're saying is you're from around here.
It's been my whole life. I've been that way. So no, it's all right.
So
it's German, but whatever.
So anyway, we talking about 106.5. Great times there. Then not so great. Was out of work for a while. Was getting sued. Actually, 25 years ago tonight was kind of the period where I had to go away for a while and then come back. 25 years ago tonight, I was at Wembley Stadium in London at the Net Aid concert, seeing David Bowie, the Eurythmics reunion, George Michael, Bryan Adams, some people I wasn't expecting. Like on that list we were talking about before of concerts, people I'm like, wait a minute. I did see Bryan Adams, and all that kind of stuff. So that was kind of that period. And then I went to 997 The Fox. This would be 99. They had said, listen, John Boy and Billy aren't going to be here forever. We want you to do a morning show at night, which was kind of rare for classic rock. Yeah. And I literally did a morning show at night. So I would stop down and I was doing 2-3 minute bits at night on the Fox at Night. I had a theme song.
That's right. Yeah.
I do remember that.
Wilson Rocks, which one of the guys from Superglide did for me, which was great. And so I did that for a while. It was great. Like I gave them their first number one, 7 to Midnight, 2554. We were the Fox in 2000 was number one. I think it was my second book. Number one, 6A to Midnight, Men 2554. No, People 2554, which was amazing. It was great. It was a great time. I was working with a bunch of classic rock guys that I've been doing it for a long time, and I was nervous because I had made fun of them for years on the end.
How many Ted Nugent songs can you play in a row?
So I had interviewed Ted Nugent, I think 3 times there.
Really?
Did a meet and greet backstage with him. And
how did that go?
Well, it went well at first because I didn't know anything. Like I didn't really know. I was like, oh, it's Ted Nugent. It's Motor City Madman. It's good. Yeah. It's Wang Dang Sweet Poon Tang. Let's go, man. Yeah. But I think Ted Nugent was then different because we didn't know what we know now.
Yeah.
I knew then because the last time I was in the same room with Ted Nugent, he had his book signings. He had his kid run his book signings at like Barnes & Noble at Carolina Place Mall one time. I was there for that. I went backstage to the old Charlotte Coliseum. I think he was opening up for Kiss. And I'm taking the Winters back there, and there's this whole line of guitars we're walking past, and I hear this, you know what's wrong with this country? The goddamn spin every racial thing that I won't say. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, you guys have fun. I'm going to go. I was like, okay, it was right in front of my face. And thus began the, maybe some of these guys are dicks.
Yeah. Yes.
And they are.
Yes.
So that was Ted Nugent there. The best person I ever interviewed was I'm Dowdy. I think I'm saying that right, from Soul Coughing. He hung out in the studio with us, with me.
Oh my God!
Did promos. He was extremely cool. Soul Coughing. I think they just got back together.
Yeah, they did.
The other cool ones was Letters to Cleo. We hung out at the Graduate on Moorhead Street. They had nowhere to go. We did the interview. We went down there. They opened up early. We were eating pizza and drinking, playing pool and stuff. And with the Letters to Cleo, they were super cool.
Wow.
I mentioned Johnny Resnick from the Goo Goo Dolls. He was great. Probably the most bizarre interview I did. We did the show live in Jamaica one time. I interviewed Rita Marley.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait. 106.5 was in Jamaica?
We were a guest. So here's another. We were a guest of the Jamaican Tour Sport. And it was basically something like, hey, we will pay for you to come down here if you will do a whole week of Visit Jamaica. And I'm like, yeah, I'll do that. So they flew us down there. We arrive, and I'd done some travel and all that kind of stuff before. I'd never been to Jamaica. So we get down there and we get off the airplane, and these guys come, oh, welcome, man. Hello, come on. So I'm following these guys. Oh, they must be with the tourist board. So we're going. They take us off out of the airport, off to the side, to this little hut, and they're giving like how much do you want, man? What do you got? I was like, they're like, you want something to drink? Because you got to drive to Ocho Rios. It's about, an hour and a half. You should get some beers. I was like, $10. What does that get me? I have a trash bag full of ice with like 10 red stripes. I walked to the bus. They're like, okay, your bus is over there. I was like, are you with the tourist board? They're like, go. We don't know you anymore. You got the beer, go. So did that, get on the bus. And that was my first adventure in Jamaica. And we stayed at a couples resort in 97. Jamaica, I think still is at the time. They're not really cool with two dudes staying at a couples resort. So I'm there with Kenny. And they're like, they're staying in separate rooms. Yes, we are. All this. So it was great. But we had to keep saying, I was constantly late then. We were going on a snorkeling thing. And I'm at the end of the pier. He stands over, no, wait for my partner. Oh. And I'm like, no, we're just guests here.
No, we're just DJs.
We're just guests here. That's how I ended up hosting the talent night at the resort that week. So yeah, I interviewed Rita Marley for that. So that was kind of a bizarre one.
Why was that bizarre?
Because it's Rita freaking Marley, man. Like I'm working at this New Rock station in Charlotte, North Carolina. In walks freaking Rita Marley. I'm like somebody who I never expected to be in the same room with.
She put up with so much shit.
Oh,
but
yeah.
God.
Yeah.
I mean, she would come in and tell all of Bob Marley's girlfriends, all right, ladies.
Yeah.
It's time to go.
I don't know the whole story, but that was pretty cool.
I was like, what?
I tried jerk goat for the first time.
You jerked what?
I tried jerk goat. Thank you. I'm not real big with staying like on the resort, so I hired a cab driver, but I'm not dumb. Like, hey man, come down this. Although I did tell you a story where I almost got kidnapped getting beer at the Jamaica airport. I got a cab one night, and the guy's like, "Are you sure you want to go?" I was like, "He's fine." I had this guy named Jethro, and I gave him like $50. I was like, "I don't want to die. I want to see stuff." And I drove around with this guy, and he pulled over, and I tried jerk goat on the side of the road in Jamaica.
How was that?
Kind of gamey.
I was gonna say, yeah. Kind
of gamey. I don't.
Was it real chewy or was it?
It was very salty. It was very jerky.
Okay.
It was very. Yeah. That's another one. The Jerky Boys. Now I interviewed the Jerky Boys. One of the guys from the Jerky Boys when I was at 997 The Fox. That's how crazy it got at night. Can you imagine 997 The Fox having one of the freaking Jerky Boys on? I had him on
having to keep it PG.
And he was good. He was really good.
All right.
But I had him on. We hit it off. He was great. I've got that autograph somewhere. He did all kinds of intros for me and stuff. Yeah. He was such a cool guy. But that was I hadn't forgotten about that one. That was a really
whatever
good one.
Happened to those guys. I mean, that shit was awesome.
Can I tell you what happened? So one of my favorite bits was for the Tommy call when I was at 106.5. People ask. I had somebody 2 months ago reach out to me on Instagram and said, "Hey, this is going to be weird. Would you remember back? You did this bit where you called the Blockbuster Amphitheater payphone and you asked for Tommy." I did this bit I was renting a basement in Myers Park, and I had a laptop that I put like a little tape recorder in through the headphone slot and headphones, and I recorded a bit through my phone, through a tape recorder, through my laptop, where I called the payphone at the front of Blockbuster Amphitheater when Hank Williams was playing.
Oh,
Hank
my
Williams
God.
Jr. was playing. Anyway, long story short, I got this drunk guy on the phone finally, and the whole bit was, "Hey, man, is Tommy there? Tommy there?" And this guy was so drunk, he thought he had to hang up. No, he thought I had to hang up for him to make a call. So he's, "Hang up, man. I got to make a call." Well, hang on. Listen, man, my boy ran off with Tommy about 8 hours ago, and they said they're going to hang Williams. I ain't heard from him since. "Well, you done messed up, man. Whatever." "Well, listen, he's only 12. You let your 12-year-old. So this whole bit was going. What happened to the Jerky Boys and what happened to half my bit was the death of payphones.
Yeah.
No payphones anymore.
I saw one.
Yeah.
There is one.
Does it still work?
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's over in the parking lot of Carowinds in South Tryon over by Dwinking. It's in that parking lot. The phone's on there still. I'm not sure if it works.
That phone doesn't work, and I would just advise you not to go check.
I will not. No, if you put that thing up to your mouth or ear, you might get something.
Don't go eat there. It's almost as bad as the place next door here.
No, actually, my daughter's a huge Wing fan, and I have two daughters.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
okay.
Brooklyn.
Oh, okay.
And that's Dawson.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Just in case you forget.
Yeah. No.
Hey, Brooklyn, come here. Oh, Ellis Dawson.
Yeah.
Sorry, continue.
Yeah, whatever.
You were being emotional. Go ahead.
I was. So
you've had sex.
That actually hurt.
Twice.
It worked twice. There guys that say, "Hey man,"
this one time.
They're like, "Hey man,"
when I did it again.
Like, yeah. It worked once.
So did 997 The Fox for a while. That ended. I was one of the only people on live 9/11. My contract in 997 The Fox ended October 31st, right after a month after 9/11. Mm-hmm. Clear Channel, who now go by the name of iHeartRadio, had bought the thing or whatever at the time, and they didn't play commercials for like 2 weeks, and they used that to sack I think 75% of the on-air staff nationwide. Yeah. So it's a month after 9/11, a little bit more than that, and I was like, I'm number one in your ratings. I'm like, it doesn't matter, you're just a number. And that was when I learned to not have all my eggs in one basket. Yeah. Left there. So after all of that, and then that kind of I was started doing car commercials. I was one of the first to do the long form half-hour car ads. We used to buy a half hour after Saturday Night Live. And I was doing this thing at Town and Country Ford called Rock the Price TV.
Remember that?
At 1:30 in the morning.
Remember that.
Remember that? Yeah. I'd be like, what the hell
are they doing? So
they're selling cars.
Right. So we would purposely buy right after Saturday Night Live because most people were coming in a little lit up and they're like, oh, or they fell asleep. And then I wake them up and I go, hey, we're at Town and Country Ford, 15501 East Independence Boulevard. What are we doing? We're rocking the price. And some car guy would pull up. We would tape it at night, but it looked like we were out there live. Mm-hmm. And dude would pull up. I would have little notes on the car, little mirror there on the side about what the car was, because I had no idea what the hell it was. And what are we going to do? We're going to rock the price, man. And that was me trying to do the heal your credit.
Apple Auto sales.
Yeah, so that ended up, so we were doing that for a while. The company that was doing that got a bite from a group out of the Midwest, out of Chicago, a whole Midwest group for cars. I'm just saying how I got into the TV business. Completely by accident, because the TV thing, I was a radio guy. The TV thing was a total accident. And they called up and they're like, hey, we'd like for you to come do that up here. So I was like, oh, shit. Here we go. New York, L.A., Chicago. I fly up to Chicago, meet up with them in the NBC building, which was where Springer...
NBC.
Well, that was New York, but yeah, it was NBC Chicago. Jerry Springer was doing a show in the building. I saw the people going in to Jerry Springer. They were going through the metal detector to get into the show. And so it is 2000 something, I don't know. And I'm up there and it sucked. Really? It didn't work because I had a Chicago crew. I had all these guys with the lights and the bells and they're like, hey, we're going to do this. And we went to the south side of Chicago and all this kind of stuff. I did it. It was okay. I was the
south side.
So we didn't want to be, so.
He is from Chicago. So.
Okay. Yeah. Palatine.
Oh, God.
Yeah. So, exactly. So, we're in some places that maybe aren't so great. And Palatine's not that bad. So, anyway, we're doing this stuff. And I would walk up to actors we hired. And be like, hey, man, that car you got there isn't so nice. We can put you in the car you want today. I'd be like, oh, you can? Yeah, you sure can, man. So, me, being me, they were rolling. And I walked up to people that weren't on our crew in Southside Chicago. And I walked up to one guy, and I'm like, hey, man, is that your ride? He's like, what do you want? Oh, I'm just saying, man, a man of your stature, you should have a much better ride. The hell's your problem, man? Listen, man, I'm with Rock the Price TV. We can put you in the car you want today. The crew guys are like, dude, stop. We don't have security.
You're already shot.
And I'm just going. And the guy signed the release, and they did it. But then I ended up bringing a Charlotte crew for the next one up, which meant we got to schedule everything, which meant I got to decide when I was going to Chicago, which meant I was at the first Lollapalooza in Chicago. So we would go up. I was filming Thursday, Friday. We would stay through the weekend, and I got to go and see the Pixies at the very first Lollapalooza when they brought it back, Grant Park, Chicago. Yeah. One of my favorite all-time gigs, seeing the Pixies doing Where Is My Mind as the sun is going down behind the Sears Tower.
Wow.
It was crazy. It was good.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've seen the pictures. I've never attended Lollapalooza. I've been to all the other festivals.
Dude,
never went to Lolla.
You should do a whole Lollapalooza thing, because the first Lollapalooza in Raleigh, Walnut Creek Amphitheater, was a monumental. We had no idea what we were seeing.
Right.
No idea.
I don't think anyone knew what was going to happen when they went to those shows.
And Jane's Addiction was at the zenith of their powers, which is kind of funny now because they should have stopped.
Hey, hold on.
Yeah. So,
well, they are stopped now.
Yeah. If you haven't seen the show on Paramount, the Lollapalooza kind of look back, it's pretty good. But Perry Farrell has always, it's a whole thing there. But going up, didn't have a place to stay, seeing Ice-T up there, Body Count. We talked about Body Count before we went on. And seeing Jane's Addiction and seeing Rollins, man, seeing Sushi and the Banshees. I mean, it was unbelievable, man. And then coming back when they came to Charlotte, dude, I saw Soundgarden and Pearl Jam on the same stage on the same day. It was nuts, man. And then when it went to the field up there at the fairgrounds, first seeing Rage Against the Machine. I mean, no idea. Who are these guys? I totaled my Mazda 323. I ended up getting a 67 Volkswagen. Yeah. Was out there buying the $10 water. Before there was even a thing, like that was early days. They weren't doing $10 water then, up at the Metrolina Fairgrounds. And Rage Against the Machine came out. The next day, drove to Midtown Square, Record Exchange, and bought the Rage Against the Machine cassette. I still have it. You should do a Lollapalooza show.
Yeah.
You should do that. You should do that.
I would like to attend one before I do an episode on one, but yeah.
You gotta go to Chicago. It's different now.
I've been to Riot Fest up there.
Yeah.
It's not the same thing as Lolla.
No.
Lolla's not the same as it was back then. So
just whatever you do, kids, don't Google the Jim Rose Circus Sideshow.
Yeah.
Oh, well, hang on. Speaking of that sideshow,
he used to do Ozfest too. So
yeah, and the nipple piercings and all that. Yeah, I got a brick on my balls. Yep. Speaking of that, you know who played the side stage at the Weenie Roast? I may be incorrect on this, but the Avid Brothers, before they were the Avid Brothers.
Ooh, I don't recall that.
I think they were called Nemo or something, or Whale or something. Yeah, they did that.
I saw a lot of cool bands on that side stage. Yeah. Goldfinger.
Oh my God.
That was a great.
In your bedroom.
That was a great show because it was funny because they had never played Charlotte ever before that day, and he walks out, he goes, "Has anyone seen this before in Charlotte?" And I was like, "Yeah." And they're like, "Fuck you guys, we've never played Charlotte before."
That was a good time. That and the Warped Tour was pretty cool there for a while. For that got kind of weird, but they were really seeing Rancid at the Warped Tour, and a couple other bands there. But yeah, that side stage Weenie Roast, that was pretty good.
It was. They had a great lineup on that.
So anyway, did Chicago this TV show started in Charlotte on what was then the Fox affiliate, and a month into the show, I was just doing. So I went back to 9/11 happened. About 8-9 months later, I was out of work and almost took a job in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Thank God I didn't do that. I was on a job interview in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. You ever been to Cedar Rapids, Iowa?
No.
Don't. And it's
not good.
No. So on the tour of Cedar Rapids, you've been? So
yes.
Okay, so I'm getting the tour of Cedar Rapids, Iowa to try and convince me to move up there. Yeah. They showed me the brand new IMAX theater twice. And then the big selling point, hey, we're only 7 hours from Minneapolis.
That's all there was.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. So, and the radio station was in the same building as the FBI, and Oklahoma City had just happened. And I'm like, no. So yeah, came back. The grand prize, the big red flag was a trip to Charlotte to go see the NASCAR race that month. KRNA, Cedar Rapids Classic Rock. Call in all month long, get qualified to go to the Coca-Cola 600 in Charlotte. I'm like, I'm not coming here to send people there. So I went back to 997 to Fox. I'm literally making like a seventh of what I was making because it was all on tape and recorded. I wasn't live anymore. And this TV station started a month into the show. The male host of the show got arrested at his daughter's boyfriend. I shouldn't say this. Yeah, I don't care. He got arrested at his daughter's boyfriend's house with a shotgun. Wait for it. Looking for his wife.
Ooh.
He left town to some family-owned land in Florida. And anyway, they put the word out that they needed somebody. So I went and I could read a prompter because I'd done the TV commercials in Chicago. Mm-hmm. And that's how I ended up at WCCB.
I worked for free for 3 months when I was there. I was like 30-something years old, basically an intern again. And the lady that paid that was the accountant there. She said, "Are you getting paid for this?" I said, "No." "Well, that's illegal." Yeah, I had to do it. You're not losing the table there. Are you okay?
No, I don't know what the hell happened.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, probably 3 years drinking it.
Yeah.
So anyway, I probably told you more than you wanted to know, but that's
It's not the best of tables.
That's kind of the brief synopsis.
Yeah, we know we need to get a much better table. Because these don't even stick to the tables anymore.
Man, I do like the DRI sticker. That's good.
Yeah. Most of these are all, well, with the exception of the meat puppets. And I'm pretty sure we were talking about 7 Mary 3. I think this went on in this table somewhere.
Really?
It's on here somewhere.
I had the lockers from 106.5, the break room that had stickers on there. I just sold them at Sleepy Poet because I didn't remember where to put them. And I sold the music director desk. I think I threw that away. And it had every sticker, every band that ever came through.
Wow.
Of all my worst moments at 106.5, the best and the worst of yin and yang, when Pearl Jam played Memorial Stadium, when they did the Anti-Ticketmaster tour.
Yes.
It was when Harvey Gantt was running against Jesse Helms, and they drove around all night putting up posters for Harvey Gantt and played. I have another Kenny story there, but let's not talk about that. And dude, Black is on. My friend Bob was there. Everybody was there. It was such a cool thing because, and I love Taylor Swift. If you don't like her, that's fine. But what she's doing for people, I think, is great. And the Ticketmaster stuff, Pearl Jam did do it first. They tried, and they just didn't have enough to do it. But they played, and it was sold out. It was such a great show. The next day, went into work. Eddie Vedder called the music director's office at 106.5.
Yeah.
And left a message. "Hey, this is Eddie. Just really want to say thanks to everybody at 106.5. You guys are really great making the show happen. Thank you so much. I couldn't have done it without you and the guys we drove around with. Just thanks a lot."
That's awesome.
I heard the message. Yeah. I am in there. We're all listening to it. I'm like, "Oh my God, that's amazing." Mm-hmm. She goes, "Delete."
What?
Oh, no.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
She has no idea what that was.
Dude. Yeah. She did get it on TV, though. Anyway, so, I've been yapping. Give me some questions here. Hit me. Let's go.
All right. I don't know how long.
Yeah, we're going for a while. Nobody's listening.
Talking.
Nobody's listening.
It's all right, though. First of all, we never got to what we were drinking. I've already gone through a few beers.
I had a Guinness that you bought for me because I did not want to buy anything here because this place sucks.
Jamie, that is only his opinion.
That's why we have that disclaimer at the end of our episodes.
Yeah. Now, Tommy's Pub, besides your...
The soccer, the football thing, yeah.
Football, soccer.
Cool. He's all right. He's okay. Don't tell him I said that. He's okay.
This place does a lot for local shows. You'll never pay a dime to come see a show here.
Here's the thing. This place is really, I don't say one of the only places where like somebody like TJ can kind of get a couple of gigs and kind of play in front of people for the first time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know?
So we're
figure it out. You know?
We're very good friends with almost.
Yeah.
With I think there's one other guy in Stinkbug we don't know.
Yeah.
But Mike.
We just don't know the drummer.
Right. We know Mike Phillips and Eric Huskins, which they've both been on the show.
I will say this: TJ is one of the few people that I would trust with my dog.
Yeah.
And that means a lot.
Okay.
TJ is I haven't. I don't want to, but I would if I got stuck. TJ is a genuinely good dude. Bass player, Stinkbug. He let me hear. They've just got some new music out.
One or two bass players.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, well, don't get all official here, dude. He a couple weeks back sent me. I don't know if it's out yet, whatever. But with the second track on the EP they just put out, I was so damn proud of him. I almost started crying. It is straight up punk rock. Him doing his thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
It is just. It's good. The production was good.
Aren't they playing here Sunday?
Yes.
Yes.
I should come see them. They're good. Another local band, Wishbone. They just started. They have a great cover. I know one of you guys like to talk about covers. Wishbone is a little maybe poppy for you guys.
No. We talk about everything. So
I like them. They write their own songs. They did a cover of "Jaded" from Aerosmith.
I would like to hear it.
Well, and I got to tell you, we can get into it with covers. There's two ways to do covers: completely true to the original, or mix it up, which is ballsy. And if you can take a cover
and have somebody listen to it for the first 30 seconds or so, and they have no idea what it is. And then when they're like, oh my God, they're doing Aerosmith.
Great cover.
I had no idea. Yeah. That's a great cover. And they do a cover of that. Wishbone, I think they got some music out. Follow them on Instagram.
While we're on covers.
Yes.
I need 3, not of your favorite, just 3 covers that you love.
3 covers. One of them I heard for the first time in a long time this morning, John Lennon's birthday. Generation X and Billy Idol, very early Billy Idol, doing John Lennon's Give Me Some Truth.
Ooh.
Have you heard that?
No, I have not.
Listen to it.
Okay.
Because I heard it today on a little John Lennon birthday little thing I was listening to. And it was good.
Okay.
Young. I saw Billy Idol Lollapalooza right for the Bixies played.
Yeah.
And he's kind of in on the joke now. He's like, yeah, all right.
Yeah.
He's so freaking great, man.
Yeah, yes.
The Pixies doing the Jesus and Mary chain head on.
There you go. Okay.
I think that's Jesus and Mary chain, isn't it?
Yes.
And the other one I will hit you with is the Breeders.
Ooh, which?
Happiness is a Warm Gun. Have you not heard? I think it's on Pod B-side.
Okay. No.
Japanese release on. No, I'm kidding. Japanese release. They only made 5.
Yeah.
I have all 4. I couldn't get anyway. Happiness is a Warm Gun, a Beatles song. I got 2 Lennon references in there. That's fine. Yeah. But the Breeders doing Happiness is a Warm Gun, completely unexpected. I've kind of the last couple of months have been a little bit of a Breeders kick.
Okay.
I love the
Breeders thing. I mean,
I love the Breeders. Have actually been on the road doing Last Splash, the whole album.
Oh, really?
Which I would love. I don't want to go see a lot of bands here.
I've never seen the Breeders. So, I'm on like a bucket list show.
Okay. This is a very serious topic for me.
I only want to go see bands that I've not seen.
Well, be careful with that.
But
be careful.
But Social Distortion's playing next Wednesday, and anytime Mike Ness is in my city.
How many times have you seen Social Distortion?
4 or 5 times.
Okay, I saw them February 13th. I was in a bad situation at Tremont Music Hall. That was the first time somebody tried to get me fired at 106.5 The End for saying that I stopped the show. I did not, but that was one of the last times I think I saw them at the Tabernacle. I was working the Jimmy Johnson event in Atlanta, and I saw them at the Tabernacle there and came out with a boot print. They were amazing there. I did see Mike Ness, them at the Fillmore a while back.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
it was okay.
It's at the Fillmore. It's a Fillmore. I don't like that venue, but
I like the Fillmore. It's okay.
Social D's in town.
He went on a very long rant about something, and then they did a bunch of country songs. And I'm like, dude, I just want to hear Mommy's Little Monster. Let's go, man.
Well, he just got over.
Every show can be different.
This is before that. This was like it was, and I don't mind people talking at shows. I get it, but give me a point here. Like let me follow the story.
Yeah,
you know. So, is that it for the cover question? Can I ask you a question? Because listen to this. I did listen to the Beastie Boys show. I have some thoughts on that.
Okay, all right.
But not for now. We'll say that for next time.
No, go ahead.
No. I don't have time for that now. Here's my thing that I want to throw to you guys. A different way you guys can ask these questions. Because I do this constantly in my head, and this is for both of you. Okay? Who are your top 3 artists of all time? Your top 3. Yeah. Your 3 graces that are kind of the basis of everything you are in music. Top 3 artists.
Number 1 is Joe Strummer.
Okay.
Number 2, Bruce Springsteen.
Okay.
And number 3 would be Chuck D.
Okay. Not counting those. Those are off the table. What are your top 5 albums?
Faith No More, The Real Thing.
Yep.
Pete Rock and CL Smooth, Return to the Mecca.
Okay. This is the basis of the rest of your life.
Okay.
You're doing good here.
No.
I'm putting you on the spot.
No, it's fine. I can't say Chuck D now, can I?
No, you can't.
I can't say Bruce either. Damn.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, it is.
So my 3,
My three graces of music, Beatles, Bowie, and the Beastie Boys.
Okay.
It is so hard for me to come up with a top 5 not having them because they were so. Okay, your top 3, your 3 graces. You've had a little bit more time to think about this.
Top 3.
Top 3 artists all time. Now you already know that you can't count them, so you have an advantage, but you're hitting the buttons.
I'm still going to go with my top 3, though.
Okay,
Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Okay.
Tom Petty.
It was just the anniversary of his passing.
And Johnny Cash.
Okay.
There you go.
We'll make it a little easier. The top 3 albums, not them.
Top 3. Come on.
He's pushing the buttons here, man. You've got time. You still got to give me 3. You only give me 2.
Yeah, all right. Yeah.
Albums?
Yeah. Albums that help define you that aren't your top 3. It's tough.
No. I'm all right now.
Oh, you're all right? We had some time.
I got it. No.
You checked your...
Animal Sounds.
There you go.
Oh, really?
The Beach Boys?
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
You've never talked about the Beach Boys.
I know, but it was groundbreaking.
Let's just move on.
It was groundbreaking.
Let's just move on.
Okay.
This is why you don't ask the sound guy.
No. Ernest is great.
I know, I'm kidding.
Hey, I know production.
I'm just messing. It's okay.
All right.
That's a good point. I can production. That's a good production.
That's actually
that's a good point. That's good. I dig it.
It's
He's an engineering guy. I get
it's a great album. I just never heard him talk about the Beach Boys.
Watch him say Rush.
It's
No. He will not say Rush.
He's a sound technical guy.
Wait.
Watch him say Rush.
The minute you said
Neil
that, the
Neil
face he
Peart.
made.
I knew it.
Come on now.
He's an engineer. I know.
Yeah.
Neil Peart.
That's okay.
No.
Nothing wrong with it. That's okay.
And people don't know he's also a great lyricist.
Yeah.
Here we go. Here we go.
Geddy Lee or
So sidebar,
No,
I'll give you another moment to
Neil
think.
Peart.
When I was at 106, when I was at 99.7, I was also for a while in Huntsville, Alabama, live. So I was doing a show in Huntsville, and when my Huntsville phone line would ring, it would be 2 kinds of people. Okay, what do you have in Huntsville, Alabama? I'm a big NASA dork. You got the Rocket Propulsion Laboratory in Huntsville, Alabama.
Yeah.
You've also got a lot of friggin' rednecks.
Yeah.
Whenever somebody called, on that line, I would like to hear Rush. I would ask them how the Rockets are doing. Every single damn time, it was a NASA guy. Anyway, continue. Go ahead. WTAK, Huntsville's classic rock. I cannot believe I remember those call letters. Okay. Yeah, you got Beach Boys. You got Rush.
I don't think he actually said Rush.
He didn't say an album, but
Not an album. It's hard for an album.
Moving Pictures, maybe? That's a great Rush album.
Yeah, it is a good album. What was the album before The Wall?
Dark Side of the Moon?
Was it? No, that's not what I'm thinking about. What's where the
Metal? Emmy, the one, is that Emmy?
He's on fire and the...
I
Wish You Were Here.
Wish You Were Here, yeah.
That one. Okay.
Yes.
All right, okay. Yeah. What did I say, Metal?
Yeah. I don't know what the hell that was.
Yeah.
I've never heard of a Pink Floyd album called Metal.
MEDDL, isn't that the name of it?
I don't know.
Is it?
I don't know. Keep talking.
I've got the box set with every Pink Floyd album in it, and I don't recall one called Metal. It's all right, though.
Let's see. What else was?
Metal. Album, Pink Floyd, jackass. Right there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Metal.
That one's in there.
Right there.
Yeah.
I don't know that one. Nice music podcast you got here, Vibe, dude. Go ahead, continue.
Hey, was Sid Barrett on that one?
I don't know. You're basically saving the show right now. Go ahead. You're saving the show here, pal. Go.
Let's see. 1984.
Huh?
Van Halen?
Really?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was
awesome album.
That was the
Sid Barrett was not on that album, by the way. Go ahead.
that was the
it was just the anniversary.
that was kind of the synth into hard rock metal.
Yeah, kind of
With
the hair that
1984.
started the hair thing.
Yes.
Thanks,
Yeah.
David Lee. That it was just the anniversary a couple days ago of Eddie Van Halen passing away too.
And,
Trivia night.
Yeah.
And I think the last for something that was kind of took everybody by storm was Appetite for Destruction.
Yeah.
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 Nah, you can't. All right, those are solid, man.
Yeah.
Those are solid. Okay, you need 3 more.
Run DMC, Raising Hell.
Okay.
Bad Brains. Bad Brains.
Yeah.
And it's hard to choose one, but I'm going to say, Dead Kennedys, Fresh Fruit for fried vegetables. Yeah.
You went a little bit more punk rock than I did. So I'm surprised. No, it makes me happy, though. Yeah. That's good. I was a little worried you guys were a little more metal here, but you're definitely a little more punk rock than I thought.
You know what? For some reason...
What was that noise?
that seems to be the bands that we get on the podcast. Metal bands are always like,
we love the heavy metal.
Yes, we'll be on the podcast. Yeah,
yes, we want to be on there.
We love the metal.
Yeah. Nobody's ever heard of brown metal. Let's be on there.
Yeah, there are a lot of other bands that
Don't
always
Google
say
that, kids.
That always say yes. As actually, our next guest is going to be Buck, the guy who runs the Milestone.
Oh,
yeah. So
okay.
Yeah. So
have you seen the doc?
Yes, we went and saw it the day after it came out.
Yeah.
That's
pretty cool.
We got to see the second showing.
Yeah, I was, I teared up, I laughed, I had goosebumps. It was cool.
Penny, there was more iconic bands and artists that played there than I knew.
Penny kicked me out of there numerous times. But the one famous time was when Imaginary Heroes was playing. Because I had a band in high school that for some reason felt a rivalry with his band, which was Imaginary Heroes. He, of course, ended up George Shin's kid, being the fill-in guy at Live for a while. He played there, and Penny kicked me out because I knocked over one of the amplifiers. I actually had Penny on the TV show a while, talking about the Museum of History. They did a whole thing on Tremont Music.
We'd love to have Penny on.
Oh, my God.
She won't do it.
Well,
she's like at the beach now or something.
Yeah, she lives in...
You have to do it over the Zoom.
She lives... No, she...
Yeah, we might be able to do that, too.
From what I've been told, she comes to Charlotte quite often.
Yeah.
And John Hayes, who was the last owner of Tremont. At one time, he said yes, and then the conversation just went...
I probably listened to the show.
No. Oh.
Who the hell are these guys?
Because we suck.
That's my line.
Hey, you know what?
So, hey, Wilson, you didn't give us your top 5.
We were going to steal that shit. Yeah. Well,
I don't want to give it to you now. So my three, Beatles, Bowie, Beastie Boys. Number 5, Echo and the Bunnymen, Porcupine.
Okay.
Basically, that album got me through swim team, but also got me through the first year of an awful military school place that I found myself in at 13 years old. That is...
No, don't get me started on swim teams.
Dude. But that right there is great. This one might surprise you. Pearl Jam Versus.
That's not a bad album, though.
And no, it is to me, I don't think, and I did not realize, I am rediscovering Pearl Jam because I saw them a lot. I love Pearl Jam.
I've never seen them once.
Talking about 106.5, and I tend to not, for some reason, not connect with them, but there were so many moments at 106.5, I just mentioned Memorial Stadium, that were Pearl Jam kind of centric or inspired. And later here in life, especially now, the last 3 years, especially leaving the TV station, Rear View Mirror. And the lyrics of Rear View Mirror are coming back now as one of my... The words there mean so much to me now at this point in my life.
Yeah.
And
the older you get, there's a lot of songs.
There's some of that where you don't
get it.
You don't realize when it comes back, and I kind of disconnected with Pearl Jam when I'm back. And the funny thing is, when my last moment on TV, they were supposed to play that song because my last words on TV were, "Hey, if anybody's making you feel less than, it's time to put them in the rearview mirror." And that was their cue to hit the song.
Yeah.
Nobody knew I was quitting, and they all froze. And I sat there for 10 seconds, looked at the camera, and walked off. So that was that. So anyway, Pearl Jam Versus is good. We should talk about that sometime later. The Pogues, Rum, Sodomy, and the Lash.
Oh, there you go.
That is one that connects with my punk rock, but also the Liverpool, the kind of that side of my youth right there is an amazing album.
The Pogues are very popular in this establishment.
Well, don't get me started. I know he says, I'm Irish. Okay, whatever, man.
Welsh.
Oh, does he say that? Really?
Yes.
Where no? maybe we should open my ears. The Cure, Disintegration. Pictures of You is one of the greatest songs. It's a long one. It's an epic song.
It's great for driving.
Oh, it's great for anything.
Yeah.
Trust me.
Yeah.
It's great for anything.
Oh, okay.
Brooklyn. Sorry.
Doesn't? Yeah.
How you doing there, kids? And then another one, this one will surprise you. PJ Harvey, Stories from the City, Stories from the Sea.
Really?
PJ Harvey is, if you look at the work that she's done the last couple of years, doing some great stuff, done a couple TV shows, done some covers, just doing some really, really great stuff. Her song that she did the theme for Bad Sisters. Go check that out. If you haven't seen Bad Sisters.
No, I have not.
But that album specifically, Stories from the City, Stories from the Sea, there's so many things on there now that take me back to that time when that album came out where I was, but also hit me now in a different way. So revisit some of those, especially Pearl Jam Versus and PJ Harvey, Stories from the City.
Yeah, I was not expecting PJ Harvey to be on the list.
I'm a very surprising guy. Yeah. I did love playing PJ Harvey on the end just to kind of wrap it up here.
You played that one song over and over, though,
We played Down by the Water, and then one time I think I snuck in, Sheila and the Gig a little bit as a background. Mm-hmm. I used to do that. I would put in songs like on the back of commercials that I wasn't supposed to play. Anyway, that's all.
See, but that's things like guys like
I knew somebody picked up on it.
Wait a minute, I hear that. Ramones in the background there.
So I used to use the specials. God, I shouldn't say it. I did, when I was at Fox, I had to do ads for the Uptown Cabaret. Oh. And I would put the specials in the background of the
nightclub?
Yeah, ever so slightly.
Hey, I don't know if you've paid attention to what we've been doing. We just did the end of summer ska party with a tribute to...
I saw that. I did see that. Yeah. I did see that.
So we had two...
I wasn't invited, but I did see it.
Yes, you were.
Dude, everyone was invited.
The whole world was invited.
I'm glad you reminded me.
Is about unity.
I'm glad that you reminded me that I was at that show because I completely forgot.
I also saw you at U2 in Raleigh. Now
it was just the anniversary of that a couple of days ago.
I took my wife to that. As a matter of fact, I was listening to the Muse the other day, and I was like, I saw them open for
up in Raleigh,
U2,
Carter Finley,
and God, they were amazing that night. Yeah,
I saw them twice on that tour. Yeah. I surprised my wife taking her to that.
My wife went to high school with your wife.
Yeah,
yeah. So
we could get into some deep doo-doo with that convo. Anyway, yes, she did, and that was very cool with your daughter. But I actually got kicked out of a U2 show.
Damn, you got kicked out of a lot of shit, huh?
Well, I mean, you got to work really hard to get kicked out.
Knocked over an amp there, too?
Yeah, no, I know. No, I didn't. I went and I got tickets for Charlottesville, which was the smallest on the 360 tour. Went to that and didn't tell anybody I had tickets for Raleigh like 2 days later. So we're at Charlottesville, and there's some down in the GA down in front of the there's not a pit at U2, but you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. We're down there. Anyway, long story short.
So that's where... we were.
Long story short, it's Charlottesville. It's this. There's some dude there, and it's a little chilly, who has a scarf on. Mm-hmm. But he keeps taking his scarf and kind of going, yeah, man, sniffing into a scarf. Yeah. And I'm what the hell is your problem? This isn't social D, man. And then he starts elbowing people.
Oh.
And elbow my lady. And I was like, So I went and got security. I was trying to be the mature goddamn adult. Yeah. Okay. And I go over there and say, hey, this guy over here is messing with people. Could you please come and tell him to calm down? Security guy comes over. I go, it's him right there. That motherfucker, that motherfucker had like a dozen people there around him. Yeah. And they all went, no, it was him, pointing at me. He's the guy. He's the problem. And I'm like, dude, the security guy. I'm like, I came and got you. I'm the guy that walked over to you to say, can you please help me? He gets me, he goes, come with me. Next thing I know, I'm in the bowels of the Charlottesville Stadium, sitting next to like a 6'3" Virginia State trooper. He's writing up a report. I'm like, whoa, dude.
No.
Whoa.
Wow.
And I'm like, whoa. And the concert's like not even half over. And I'm like,
Yeah.
So I look at him, I go, listen, this did not go the way I wanted it to go. I know you don't care. Can I leave right now? If you ever get in trouble, kids, look at the cop and go, can I leave right now? If I just go? He said, if you leave right now, if you want to go, go. If you come back in, I will arrest you. So I paid all this money, went all this way, hotel room, Charlottesville. I go out. I had no way of connecting with my family and the people that were there with me. It's halfway through the show. If this ever happens to you, one of the best things I've ever done, you know what I did? I went and found a cab. And I said, I am going to give you $50 to wait right here. Do not go anywhere. $50. I'll give you another $50 when we get in. Because it's a concert, it's going to get crazy. And I knew it was only going to get worse for me from that point. My people finally, we were able to connect because there's no cell signal in Charlottesville when there's 80,000 people, whatever. We got in the cab and we went and I tipped the guy. And that was one of the best things. And it wasn't until like 2 days later that I told her, I was like, oh yeah, we're going to Raleigh. We actually have better seats there in the red zone from Raleigh.
Wow.
So that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
You too. Anyway.
Well, the moral of the story is if you have a problem with someone at a venue, take care of it yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Fuck security. Yeah, I was wearing a brand new Lions hat that night, and you walked up to me and you said, that is the cleanest Detroit Lions hat I've ever seen in my life.
In Raleigh?
In Raleigh.
Did I really?
Yeah.
What are you, a new fan?
I am.
How can that be?
Yeah.
Did I really say that? I don't know why I would say that.
Well, I just came from Detroit, and I just bought it. So
you know what they call Detroit?
What?
Rock City.
Yeah. I was hoping you'd say something.
It really
cool
isn't.
Like
No. Detroit, can I tell you,
so that was
Detroit has got some good stuff going on these days.
Yeah. It's it's one of the top 25 places that people want to go live now in Michigan. In the country.
Yeah.
No, in the country.
Michigan.
Fuck you, Wilson. No,
has to be Michigan.
I didn't realize we had that much. You should have mentioned. I didn't realize we had that much back and forth here.
Yeah. I was. Yeah.
You suck.
I was going to tell you that story or the time I saw the Sex Pistols, and there's a video of me punching a guy in Vegas seeing the Sex Pistols reunion.
That was me. You punched me in the face.
No, it was definitely not you. It was a Man City fan. Anyway, go ahead.
Oh.
It was Jamie.
You see me turn around, and I'm like, Anyway, yeah, go ahead.
No, I've never seen the...
I've seen the Sex Pistols twice, the Sex Pistols.
Damn.
Saw them the very first time in L.A. That's a whole nother 106.5 story. I had a friend.
That's one of Jamie's favorite bands.
I had a friend at the airline. Are we out of time yet? I had a friend at the airline.
I have no idea how long we've been talking.
I had a friend.
It's going to be a long episode.
I had a friend at the
He's
airline.
defended them so much.
I had a friend at the airline who, when I went to the music director, the one that deleted the Eddie Vedder thing, and I said, listen, if you can get its tickets, because the Sex Pistols are doing like 2 shows in L.A., mm-hmm. They just, the first reunion, the first real thing where they finally came back. The second show, because I was like, that's not going to last long. I said, if you get us tickets, I'll get us there. And I went to my U.S. Airways friend and said, I need 2 tickets to L.A. Flew there, landed, literally walked into the Palladium, and they hit the stage.
Wow.
To me, some of the best gigs, I won't do this anymore, but when you're traveling like across the country to go to a freaking show, that's the only reason you went.
Yeah.
I love that. It was great. Ended up that night with the Irish guy from The Real World at Cantor's Deli.
Really?
In L.A. And I remember him, he had one of those 2-seater convertible Mercedes. And I thought it was a magnet. Apparently, it was real. Had a bullet hole on the back of it. We ended up at Cantor's Deli, and he's a record company guy. And he's like, "Yeah, we're doing this," and it was the only place open. There's like no food in LA after like 11 or something, because Anyway, so long story, he goes, "Yeah, there's a band. See that band over there?" I was like, "Yeah." He goes, "They're gonna be freaking huge next year." I was like, "Oh, well, I mean, they sound okay, whatever. Who are they?" And he goes, "Well, that singer there, may I recognize his last name, Dylan." It was the Wallflowers.
Wow.
Playing Cantor's Deli. And then the next year, One Headlight or whatever came out. So, yeah, good times. Good times. Sex Pistols, Wallflowers, here we go.
So I noticed you wanted the first show of the reunion and not the second show because you're afraid that wouldn't happen, right?
Yeah, I was kind of like the Oasis thing.
Yes.
Like, are they really going to make it to Australia?
Is that going to happen?
That was the first international incident I caused at 106.5. I made the papers in England when Oasis canceled in Charlotte.
Yeah.
I did a fake bit.
You're also a big concert T-shirt guy.
Yeah, I was.
I've seen your video about, and you have that concert T-shirt of the concert that never happened from that show.
I did have it.
You sold it?
I did. Oh, I did. My wife was because you downsize, and I was like,
no,
getting rid of everything. Yeah, well, dude, you get to a point, you let go, and you just I know that was one.
Yeah,
I did keep a few, but listen, what do you do with the T-shirts? You either make a blanket and ruin them. I didn't want to ruin them.
No,
but you can't. You saw that one video I did. Yeah. I had that was not all of them.
My closet is the same way.
Right.
Eventually, dude, you're going to get to it.
I'm hoping someday to get back into them.
So what happens is that my daughters take over my shirts.
See, they tried. My kid was like, "Oh my God, these are vintage." I was like, "They're not vintage. They're mine." These are vintage. No.
My oldest stole my Run DMC Down with the King Tour T-shirt, and she was about to cut it into a midriff, and I was like, you cut that, and you're not my kid anymore.
Take
I'm like,
the tattoo
I was
off.
like, no, yeah. I was like, I'm gonna have this shit. I will take this off with a wire brush. No, but no, I've got shirts that fit me in high school that I will not.
I sold my AC/DC autograph set list at Sleepy Poet.
Ooh.
I sold all kinds of stuff over there.
I've got the Run DMC Crown Jewel autographed by Jam Master Jay. We got it signed a week before he died.
Okay, that's pretty cool. One of the things I did keep was I met DMC a couple years back. He was amazingly cool. I got in trouble at military school because they had all the regulations, but they didn't say sneakers or anything. Yeah. And this was, what was I, 13? This was 89, 88, 87. And I wrote Beastie Boys on one side of my Adidas and Run DMC on the other. Yeah. And got in trouble for it. Saved the shoes, not knowing I would meet him one day just because I like the shoes. And I got him to sign my hard shell Adidas. Yeah. Yeah. And I still have those that he signed for me with his comic book. If you ever get a chance to go and meet DMC, he's somebody who I am so happy to see him doing what he wants to do. It's like DMC and the Hellraisers. He's doing like some rock stuff.
Yeah, he's doing that. He's doing he's doing a song with I just saw it advertised.
Yeah,
he's doing a whole show with
I can't remember.
I forget his name.
It's cool.
He's also making his own line of cookies.
The cookies are out. The cookies are out. I haven't seen them, but the comic book and everything, and just his whole thing is just he's a great. He was a great interview. He's a great dude. That was it.
Occasionally he will not announce it, but he will be at Heroes Con from time to time.
Yep. That's where I met him.
Yeah.
And I did a video with him that I share every year when it comes up because it was I was early on Instagram because I was a big Twitter guy, but that's it. And I did a thing where he kind of reveals himself behind me.
Yeah.
And I think he was wearing a Jane's Addiction shirt, and it is one of my favorite videos because you can literally just see me going, "Oh my God!"
Yeah,
like this is so freaking cool.
When I met him, I geeked out, but then if
favorite Run DMC song, go.
Ooh, Run's House.
Wrong, Tricky.
No.
Tricky.
I'm not wrong.
Tricky. You're wrong. It's tricky.
I am the king of rock.
No.
There is none higher. Sucker MCs
tricky,
call me sire.
It's tricky to rock around. No, Tricky.
No.
Best Public Enemy song.
Man, dude, I can't do
best
that.
One. Dude, come on.
All right. Their best one is Fight the Power. But my favorite one is No, it's not that one. Jesus, dude, it's so hard to pick one.
Hey, did you ever come up with 5 albums?
No.
I did. Yeah, I did.
He did.
I did.
That was an hour ago. He's still trying to figure out Public Enemy. He's a huge Public Enemy fan. Can't give me the best song.
I can't pick one.
Why is your face getting red? Just give me the best Public Enemy song. Give me the best Public Enemy song for your Burst of Vain.
Man, it's so hard to pick one. Shut him down.
Okay.
Welcome to the Terror Dome.
I was going to say by the time I get to Arizona.
That was good too.
That is the heaviest. That is one of the heaviest songs. By the time I get
that's 2 tracks off of.
No, I know. We're close. We're
91.
We're close.
So
Yeah,
I mean, I was trying to go older. The first track, I can't. It's not. It's on the Yo Bum Rush show. It's that first song off it. It's the I Know You Hate My. You're Gonna Get Yours.
Yeah,
yes,
that's a great one.
Yes.
That can't trust it. All those things.
Yes,
I did.
I know can't trust it. We did it in a talent show once in high school.
No,
I can rap that whole fucking song. Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Oh. Are there videos?
Yes, there is.
Delete them.
Someday I'll
No, don't let anybody see that.
Video.
Don't let anybody see
Why?
that.
It's awesome.
Don't let anybody see
No, I need that video.
I know, because he'll put it on the fucking
So Public Enemy on Independence Boulevard, they played Rockies.
Yeah.
If people don't know, they have played Charlotte, and then I also saw them opening up for U2, back to U2 in Columbia, and with Big Audio Dynamite and Public Enemy. Public Enemy came out. And they did. That was the first time I'd seen them do when they
Macho Man there.
When they hang the Klansmen.
Yeah.
And we're in Columbia. It is the Outside Broadcast Tour, U2 92, 93. And that flag is flying right down the street. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh my God.
Was Strom Thurmond there?
I don't think he was there. I think his future wife was. She hadn't been born yet.
Dude, if there's a band playing at 9 o'clock,
No. It's just a DJ.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh,
they're doing some something shindig.
Oh, okay. It's karaoke night.
Yeah, it's not karaoke.
No, that's on Thursday.
Whatever. People. When are people going to watch this or see this?
It'll come out.
He's going to need a week to edit this, man.
Monday after next.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good.
Yeah. Anyways, let's wrap this up.
Please, for the love of God, I gotta go, man. Pie Tasters,
Wilson,
Tommy's Pub.
thank you for coming.
This is fun. This is good.
Podcast,
this is good.
man.
If you guys ever need anything or some search that's straight on something. If you want to do a Lollapalooza show, let me know.
Wait. Okay.
I'm starting
to think we need a fact checker with you.
If you want to do I'm just saying before we go.
What did I fuck up on the Beastie Boys episode?
We need to do an episode about it.
Go ahead.
I can't do it now.
Give me one thing.
There was so much that was wrong.
No.
I can't do it. I cannot do it. You need to have somebody who knows the Beastie Boys to do a Beastie Boys show. You do not. Well, you didn't do it on that show, Skippy.
Skippy.
Wait a minute. Who did you have on there?
I don't know who you had on, but I'm sitting there by the
Eric
pool.
Huskins from Stinkbug.
No. It wasn't Eric Huskins.
No, I need to talk to TJ then. Well,
was it?
It was Eric Huskins,
You need to have somebody better who's actually seen the Beastie Boys.
I've seen the Beastie Boys.
Well, you may have, but you were misguided by that guest. Because the whole time I'm sitting there and I'm going, good God Almighty, these guys don't know what the hell they're talking about. I mean, they skipped right over Paul's Boutique.
No, we didn't.
I know I'm messing
No,
with
we didn't. We did not.
You didn't give it the justice it deserved.
We both admitted that we slept on that album.
That's true.
We both admitted that.
Which I think a lot of people did.
Now he's going back right now and he's realizing.
I remember that episode.
Now he's like, God, maybe I did fuck it up.
No, I didn't. All right, Wilson.
You know good and well you fucked it up.
I didn't fuck it up.
Listen, let's just wrap it with this. You tried.
All right, guys. Thanks for having Wilson on the
I'm
episode.
never gonna be back.
He's never back again.
It's our last episode.
That's why I don't do podcasts.
Yeah.
4 hours later, everybody. Thanks for eating up all the
What time is it?
bandwidth.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. We've been on
Freaking
here
2
for like
a.m.
3 hours. Yeah.
Can we go now?
It's like having Jamie Starks on. Yeah.
I'm just glad you haven't done a Clash show.
Oh no, Jamie did 3 hours.
Yeah, he did. A Clash show would be like 8-hour episode.
I know.
So.
I'd just consider your options with the Clash show. Yeah. Just saying. So that's good.
I wrap up every DJ set with a Clash song.
I mean,
What song?
I hope you know something about the Clash.
I change it up every time. Okay. So most time it's should I stay or should I go? But last
It's very
time,
Casey Kasem of you.
Yeah. Well, that's a song. I mean,
Here you go, everybody. It's The Clash from 1977. America's Top 40.
But no.
You also take the kids roller skating in the 80s? Jesus
it's always
Christ.
a song. Should I keep DJing or should I leave?
Please do not do a goddamn Clash show. You'll fuck it up. Wrap it up. God damn it.
Good night, guys. We're out of here. Bye. Goodbye. Oh, shit.
I don't think I broke.
No, you didn't. No, it's all right. Oh, shit.
We could have gone a lot longer.
Yeah.
My voice was going. That was fun.
Yeah, well,
A huge shout out to our gracious host, Tommy's Pub. Located at 3124 East Wade Drive, Tommy's Pub is a small neighborhood bar that's big on music and community. Go to Tommy's Pub's Facebook page where they regularly provide updates about upcoming events to include weekly open mic night, karaoke, and live music from some of the best up-and-coming bands in the Queen City. Thank you, Tommy's Pub, for hosting ImVibes Podcast.
Thank you for listening to ImVibes Podcast, home of good music, good libations, and good vibes. Please rate, and subscribe to ImVibes Podcast on your favorite listening platform. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, X, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also, consider supporting ImVibes Podcast with a small monthly donation to help sustain future episodes. You can find the link on our Spotify show page. Email us at imvibespodcast@gmail.com if you would like to be a guest or have an idea for a guest we should interview. ImVibes Podcast is produced by BWM Productions.
Opinions and views expressed by guests are not necessarily the opinions or views of the ImVibes team or BWM Productions.